Hi, and welcome. Today we're going to learn about gravity in motion and about gravity in general and the things that where it comes from and what it does for us and all of those exciting things. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So the first slide, what is gravity? Well, gravity is a force pulling together all matter. So anything that you can physically touch is considered matter. And so that's a lot of things. And we're all kind of familiar with gravity. And so here's some questions about gravity that I have come up with. Where does it come from? Well, really, we don't really know where gravity comes from, to be honest. We have some theories out there and some ideas about where gravity comes from, but we don't really know exactly where it comes from. Does it affect us? Of course gravity affects us. Gravity is the thing that keeps us on the earth. It's the thing that allows us to walk. It is everything. And when we're walking and we fall down, not up or sideways or whatever. And so gravity affects everything that we do. And is there things that gravity can do for us? And I would think that there are a multitude of things that gravity does for us. Obviously, it keeps us on the earth, and it keeps us stable and those kinds of things. I have a small video explaining gravity and what it is and those things, so let's go ahead and watch this video real quick.
We're all familiar with gravity as the reason objects fall, but there's much, much more to gravity than that. Gravity is a long-range attractive force between all objects with mass. It's what keeps us from falling off the Earth, it's what keeps the Earth in orbit around the Sun, and it's what caused the Sun itself to form 4.5 billion years ago. It's amazing to think that every massive object attracts every other in the universe. That means that your dog, the Earth, and a black hole in the Andromeda Galaxy 2.5 million light-years away are all gravitationally attracted to you, and you to them. In the 17th century, Isaac Newton discovered that the strength of the gravitational force decreases by the square of the distance between two objects. So if you're twice as far away, gravity is only 1/4 as strong. He also discovered that the strength of gravity is proportional to the mass of the objects in question. The more massive an object, the stronger the gravitational force. That's why we can all feel the Earth pulling on us, but don't really notice the pull of the moon. It's smaller and farther away. The moon's gravity is strong enough to cause the tides, though. And when I said earlier that gravity is an attraction between objects with mass, I lied. I meant objects with energy. Because in addition to massive objects, gravity also attracts light and other massless but energetic particles, so that a photon of light can be bent slightly passing the sun, or trapped completely by a black hole. Now do you understand the gravity of the situation?
So there was a little bit of a joke there towards the end, and let's go ahead and jump back into the presentation really quick. So with that being said, gravity is this force. It's a force that we all experience every day, and it's keeping us to the earth. It's keeping us, and it's much more than that. It's something that is an attractive force, and so things with mass are attracted to other things with mass, and because of that, that's why we have the moon, and because um, of the attraction of gravity, that's why the solar system operates the way it does. Is gravity is pulling and holding all of the planets in our solar system where they are, um, and just keeping them in that pattern. And gravity can pull and affect everything. So yes, it affects us. It affects the air we breathe. It affects everything around us. because it's pulling on those things. So what can it do for us? What are some things that, besides holding us to the earth, that gravity could do for us? Do you think that maybe we could build machines out of them, or use this gravitational force in some purposeful way? And we're going to explore that a lot in this lesson, is this idea of what gravity can do for us and how it can help us in our everyday life, and possibly become a source for something for us in the future in helping us do our day-to-day tasks. And we're going to do that by experimenting through something called a Rube Goldberg machine. Now this machine, Rube Goldberg machines, as you may be familiar with, are machines that do something very simple, a very simple task in the most complicated way possible. And so I have a few videos of some Rube Goldberg machines doing some tasks, and I'm going to show you one, maybe two of these, depending on time. So we're going to go ahead and start with this bottom one. This comes from Mythbusters, and the point of their machine was to tip over their playful little dummy thing that they had, their test dummy, and tip him over on the ground. So let's go ahead and watch this real quick.
All Jamie and Adam want for Christmas is for their soda and Mentos-powered Rube Goldberg machine to work all the way through. Just once.
Why is he stuck? He's never gotten stuck before in his life.
Until now, there's been little joy. But this is the season for miracles.
Nice one. There it goes. We're good. Oh, that's good. That's looking happy. There goes the spears. There it goes. It's going. It's going. It's going. Come on, baby. Yes! Mentos going. Mentos going. Oh, it's very smooth. Come on. Whoa, hey! There it is. Come on, baby. Getting out. There it goes. Yes! Yes! Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on, robot. Find your home. Your home is there. That's it. Oh, yes! Get ready for the bang! The monkeys are going!
Going fast.
Come on!
Here's hoping you like your gift and have a holly jolly holiday season.
So there's a little bit of Christmas joy from them. Let's go ahead and watch this other one here. I'm just going to go ahead and go from here, if I can. So let's go ahead and watch this real quick. We'll skip this ad as soon as we can. Dang ads anyway. machines here. As you can see here, a lot of these devices that they have count on gravity. You know, that little thing slides down, and then it slides down, and so that's all controlled by gravity. And this ring here, as it rolls down, is controlled by gravity. And so these machines depend heavily upon gravity in order to work. And so with these machines, we're going to build machines like these. And we're going to have our machines blow out a candle, or put out a candle in some way or form. And as you can see here, it just uses all sorts of materials. The water trickling down, that's gravity. The boot falling over into the garbage can, that's gravity. And so a very, 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 like I said before, a very gravity dependent machine. The rolling of this wheel down the track, gravity, you know, and so you can see how gravity affects this machine and how it affects our day-to-day lives in very much the same way. When we pour water out of or milk out of the jug, it's pouring down into our cup, and that you know, is gravity too. And the one thing we've got to remember as we're building these machines and getting ready to do that, and I'll explain the project here in a second, is that, like the Mythbusters, you're gonna have troubles with your machines. It's gonna fight you a little bit every now and then, and things are just maybe not gonna go your way sometimes, and that's okay. And to just try again, and you know, maybe adjust the machine and do what you need to get it going in the correct way. So in this instance, you know, this was all to pull down the screen and shut off the light and start a movie for these kids to watch. So you can see that these machines can be used to do multiple things. And so there's another example there on the slides of the machines. Okay, so we're going to build something very similar to these, and it's fun and it's exciting, and they're just a lot of fun. And one thing I wanted to show you though is that gravity can be quantified, and it can be used in formulas and things like that to figure out things that we need to figure out in the lab and as we build these machines. So if you'll go ahead and download the packet on the website, that has the rubric in it, and it has the explanation of what you're building and what it needs to do, the machine it needs to do. It also has the slides and the example videos. So I'm going to introduce these two formulas that you see here, and the first one is a formula for force, and that is force equals mass times acceleration. And the acceleration formula is right below it, and so you have acceleration equals velocity over time. And so we're going to do some calculations of our machines. With these two formulas, we're going to figure out the force of parts of our machines and things like that. And so we will be timing how long it takes a certain object to roll to one place or another, and have that timed. So the goal, like I said earlier, is to put out a candle without you doing anything to the candle itself. Your machine using gravity to cause all of these things to happen to put out the candle. And so now I'm going to divide you in groups, and we're going to go ahead and start working in the labs throughout your areas. The other thing that's in the packet is your group number. So you're already divided into groups. So go ahead and get into those number groups, and we'll go ahead and get started on working out in the labs and building these machines.